I'm excited to be back with Lisa Durr of Sweet Home Designs. Tell us some of the things that you enjoy about being an interior decorator.
Well, there's a couple things. One is just seeing a space come to life. You know, it may have been empty before, and then I get to see and work on the finished product. But I really enjoy sitting with my clients and learning about their personality, their family, and that's my favorite part.
I know for me and for some people, they may be intimidated to even think about working with an interior decorator. Kind of debunk that myth a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I think there's a couple things. I think one would be, who is this girl and how much money she's going to make me spend? So I think they have a misconception of how, like, I'm going to make them, you know, they're blow their budget. I think another thing would be, she's going to put stuff in my house that's not my style. It's going to be all about her, and she's not going to listen to my needs. I think that would be the second. And then when Patrick and I got married, there was a very popular show called Trading Spaces, and it actually came back on last year. And so the designers would do like these wacky things. Like they would come home and there'd be like hay all over the wall, and like the rooms would be terrible. And so I think maybe that's another thing. They think, oh, what is she going to do? Is it going to be weird? Is it something that I can live in? So
well,
I think this.
Explain your process about working with a client. What do you do?
Okay, so I always just I sit and talk with them, and sometimes it's just one homeowner, sometimes it's the whole family, it may be the children even, but I'm just asking questions to get to know those people. And a lot of times they'll go, do you want to take notes? And I'm like, not yet. And because I'm just listening, and I'm walking around the house and seeing their styles if they have one. Sometimes they don't, and just learning just who they are. And I'll even ask for, like, what's your favorite thing in the house? And that's another way I can get to know them.
People think you have to have thousands of dollars to start this process. Tell us about what's like the smallest number you can start with to decorate.
So budget is really based on each client, and a lot of people know what they have, and that's the biggest thing. They'll say, well, I'll say, what's your budget? And they'll say, oh, I don't have one. I'm like, yes, you do. Everybody knows how much money they have that they can spend. But I will say that sometimes a budget may be based on a person's need. For example, I have a customer, and her number one need was that her sofa be extremely comfortable. You could clean it with bleach, and that she wanted it to last a really long time. Well, that is like a very custom sofa. So just when she said that right there, I was like, okay, your budget's going to go on up just because you need a custom sofa. But I will say that I offer a consultation, which is an hour and a half of my time. It's $150. And so I just come out and I sit with you and talk with you and help you out with a plan that if you do not have a budget yourself, then I'm hoping to give you the tools to move you in the right direction.
Yeah, well, it's good to know that it can be a process. It doesn't all have to be done at once. Right. So tell us about the process of this room. Like, what all did you do in here?
Megan was great. She's like, I like this picture, and she gave me a magazine picture. And so I asked her, I was like, what do you like about that? And she goes, I like the sofa and the color of the sofa, and just like how simple. She says, I do not like trendy, so do not do anything trendy. She had some of her granddaddy's old books that she wanted to display. They were kind of hidden. And then she also had a window from her granddaddy's and grandmother's barn that she wanted to display as well. So that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. That has a little personality, but we just basically went with a very neutral palette that's, you know, a bit traditional, and I'm just really happy with the way it turned out.
Well, it looks great in here. And so tell us, if somebody wants to get in touch with you to use your services, how do they do that?
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. You can message me there. And then I think you guys always put my email and my phone number when we do these segments. So that's another way that you can get in touch with me.
Great, and you're super fun to work with.
Oh, thank you.